welcome to sit, and then I'm going to turn the mic over to Shayna, who should have the last word from the stage. Great. So I'm going to mention some people, many of whom are backstage. I welcome you to come to the stage if you want to. I'm also, please forgive me, I'm going to read some of this because it's just too big a day and I don't want to forget anything or anyone. So thank you. I also need to wear my glasses. Not for this part. So the first time that I came to the Music Box on our site visit, the first thing that I saw were these amazing columns here that are Corinthian columns, which is the same style of column that they have in Washington, D.C. They're the same columns that our SUFFS would have marched past in 1913. And I thought, well, I don't believe in destiny, but obviously this is destiny. And this theater, which opened in 1921, the year after the suffrage amendment passed, became our next collaborator on this journey of SUFFS. And architectural details from the theater itself have made its way into our design. And it became the most incredible home. This is where I need my glasses. And although this building is special, it is nothing compared to the people we collaborate with inside. The incredible humans who welcomed us, everyone in the front of the house, our amazing ushers who dance and sing and love our show, our security crew, our backstage colleagues, the door people, and the stage crew. They work tirelessly around us, among us, cramped into the wings. They have made us feel like both special, long-awaited guests and family in equal parts. All of us here work alongside our production company, Hudson Scenic, our management company, 101, our amazing company managers, and many, many other people beyond these walls, including advertising, digital press, marketing, social, ticketing, partnerships, and I want to thank all of them for their hard work in getting all of you in here to see this show. To run our show, we need upwards of 35 crew tucked into the tiny wings, and those people include wardrobe, hair, props, carpentry, sound, and electrics. These champions set us up for success, and they enable us to do our very best work. I want to thank the astonishing creative team, full of actual design legends, that brought their enormous wealth of experience and expertise to our collaboration to make the design of SUFFS look and sound ravishing and completely and utterly unique to our show. I want to thank and acknowledge Narda E. Alcorn, whose multi-year guidance and collaborations with the SUFFS community enabled us to build a respectful and durable container that sustained us throughout the making of and run of our show. I want to thank the stage managers, Lisa Iacucci, David Moore, Kelsey Moore. Come on. These people are the literal glue that holds SUFFS together. They are the greatest stage management team on Broadway, and I would happily list all of the reasons why their diligence, skill, support, love of a snack, dedication to company-wide hydration, and above all, extraordinary care has enabled this show to run absolutely smoothly for 24 previews and 301 performances. Alongside the stage management, carefully maintain the show, including Emily Whitaker, our associate MD, from our choreo department associates, Kristen Yancey Ramsey and Rebecca Kreitzer. Our dance captain, Holly Gould. And then there's our most dedicated Associate Director, Lori Elizabeth Parker. Her sharp-eye patience and unwavering, steadfast commitment buoyed us all. Thank you so much. When I first met Andrew Brody, our music director, I was sure that I had never met anyone so truly ecstatic. I was just talking about you. So I'm just going to go back because I want to make sure you hear this part. I was sure I'd never met anyone so truly ecstatic about musical detail. But when you listen to our Grammy-nominated cast album, you really hear the payoff of your incredible precision. Storytelling with you has been an education and a revelation, and I want to thank you for your rigor and enthusiasm. I want to thank legendary orchestrator Michael Starobin, everyone in our music department, and our kick-ass band. Where are they? With Maite Natalio, our choreographer. With Maite, our choreographer, came the joyful thought partner of my directorial dreams. It is Maite's work, which is so heartful and feeling forward, that makes our silhouetted marching absolutely iconic. Thank you for a generous process and joyful choreography that sparkles with clarity, enables us to summon our ancestors, and contains the witchiest power. There are 11 Broadway debuts in this performing company. There are 3 on the creative team and 2 on the producing team. And I want to thank those 2 Broadway newbies, Malala Yousafzai and Hillary Rodham Pincus. Both were an inspiration for the show long before their official association. To be championed by you. I know I speak for everyone, Secretary Clinton, when I say, thank you so much for showing us what resiliency looks like. What is possible when you unrelentingly fight for what you believe in. Congratulations on receiving the Medal of Freedom yesterday. You are our Queen Suff. Telling this story on the world's biggest stage is a dream come true. The actual dream makers are the people at the very top, and that is Jill Furman and Rachel Sussman. Their investment and dedication built a solid foundation for SUFFS to triumph. We appreciate you so much and your fierce team of co-producers and investors, and forever thank you for your unflagging passion and tenacity. Now I'm going to stand over here. I want to thank this extraordinary cast of superhuman superstars. Being a Broadway SUFFS demanded everything, and you answered the call not only with talent, craft, hold on by your fingernails determination, charisma, and limitless passion, but it is the love and pride you take in each other's work and the care you have shown each other that has redefined what it means to be in a Broadway company. Thank you for generously sharing your heart. Thank you. Chinatown. Thank you for being our North Star. You lit the way forward into light with your compelling, passionate vision, irresistible enthusiasm, and undeniable talent. You educated and inspired us and always had our backs. And through all of it, no one risked more. And no one had more on the line. Over these years, from my position of riding shotgun, I watch you transform gloriously, sometimes painfully, but fully into the historic two-time Tony-winning writer and actress you are today. Just the writing of SUFFS, you are a galvanizing activist, unwaveringly devoted to living the values that you write about. You lift us all. Thank you for introducing us to our own history. To the SUFFS, and to our best selves as we move, singing your songs, into the next chapter.
Unquantifiable amount of hours into SUFFS for years and years, fiercely protecting the show at all costs, creating and spearheading this stunning production, leaving us all with tenacity, rigor, and humanity, and becoming the first director ever of any gender to have not one but 2 Broadway shows filmed for PBS Great Performance. Okay, I just want to set an expectation. This is going to be like 4 minutes, so if you want to sit, stand, whatever, but it's cool. I just want to make sure you're okay. We're okay? All right. It is January 5th, 2025. Thank God, by luck of the calendar, it's not January 6th, so we can remember this anniversary in peace. Let the record show, we were here. A century of history and a decade of creation in the making for one exhilarating year, 8 times a week. We were here at the Music Box, telling this story over 300 times for thousands of people. Thanks to the love, sweat, and tears of many great American bitches on this stage and beyond. No matter what fresh hell was going on out there, we were here. Thank you to my entire SUFFS family for the resilient, radiant community we built together. Thank you. And all of you were here too. All of you out there who saw us, who heard us, who came back again and again with your sisters and grandmas and nephews, who played our songs for your students and friends, who wrote us beautiful letters and made gorgeous fan art, who cheered us on, giving us the momentum for this thrilling Broadway run, a cast recording, a pro shot, and a national tour. All of you who were motivated by this story to get out and vote and volunteer and phone bank this year, maybe for the first time. All of you who celebrated with us, who processed with us, who held us up, thank you for supporting our show. We were all here, so now what? How are we going to keep marching despite everything? What would the SUFFS do? How can we actually learn as much from their successes as their mistakes? How can we summon the strength to show up at the gates even after a bitter defeat? How can we conjure the courage of Ida's pen, the resonance of Inez's voice, the empathy of Harry's mother? How can we tactically embrace both the fire and the tea? How can we recognize we are not each other's enemies even when we differ? How can we resolve to never seek our own freedom at the expense of someone else's? How can we remember all struggles for liberation will always be intertwined? How can we stay active and engaged without burning out? How can we hold the rage and despair we rightly feel at the end of this brutal year and keep trying to find the way? Find a way! At the stage door after the show, I've had the privilege of meeting so many wonderful audience members. In the wake of the election, when I talk to adults out there, I often hear some fatigue and dread in their voices. I get it. I really, really do. I am absolutely exhausted too, and the next 4 years feel really scary. But I've got to tell you, I will leave this theater with hope in my heart, and that is because of all the kids I've met at our show. I meet so many young people from kindergartners through to undergrads, and their eyes are lit up with possibility. They love to tell me about how they're becoming artists and activists, how they started an equality club at their school, or spoke at a rally, or ran for student council, or wrote a protest song. So I hope when you think of our show, it inspires you to ask yourself, how are we going to leave a better world for those kids? How are we going to show up for the next Doris, the next Phyllis, the next Ruja? How are we going to make sure every loud little girl knows we have her back and will fight like hell for her autonomy? I recently heard the great Stacey Abrams reframe the concept of resistance as insistence, and I love that. So how are we going to insist that every child deserves to grow up in a country where they are valued, supported, and given equal opportunities to thrive? Ask yourself, what are you going to insist on this year? What are we going to insist on? Because this story we told on the stage clearly isn't over. It never is. The SUFFS didn't live to see their efforts realized. We won't either, but the next generation might. And that is reason enough to continue the work. Long past January 5th, long past the Music Box, SUFFS belongs to the future now. To the 7th grader in Kentucky who listens to our album and learns who Mary Church Terrell was. To the girls who get cast as Alice and Lucy in high school and become best friends for life. To the dad who plays Dudley at his community theater and feels proud to perform. To the young writer who falls down the rabbit hole of history and creates her own musical about Carrie and Molly's love story. To the kids who see themselves represented by this phenomenal original cast on PBS and realize there's a place for them in the spotlight too. American musicals are generational projects that demand participation, just like democracy. And starting today, we send this one out into the world. Take it, run with it, it's yours now. May it be of good use to you for years to come, and know that no matter what, the SUFFS will always be behind you, marching together in the dark. Thank you.
Thank you.